Guys, Christian Michael Stoic here, also known as Dead01 on YouTube a little bit, but you know, I've been kind of slacking off making videos, but I decided to, you know what, I'm gonna make a new one, and today I got something very special. I want to show you guys my Blu Ray collection. I own about 150. That's including some TV shows and some like movie sets, but yeah, I figured why not get to it. Alright guys, let's start off with this. This is actually the Alien quadrilogy set. Pretty awesome, right? It has all four of the Alien films, plus a whole bunch of special features. It's a limited set. I actually heard it was kind of limited to Comic-Con goers, so I actually was lucky enough to get it. And these are just some of my figures. I have a Reservoir Dogs figure, pretty awesome. And then I have a little Wilson from Castaway. So yeah, let me get to the actual films. That's the first one. But I will get to the first one. As you can see, two comic book movies side by side. Kick-Ass and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, both awesome movies. Unfortunately, next to something else that I would rather not like to mention. But again, this is like shared with my family, so some movies are not my choice. The next one I got up is two Stanley Kubrick films, Clockwork Orange and The Shining. And then right after that, I actually have the Riddick collection, which has Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and then the Dark Fury animated film. I will plan on getting Riddick from 2013 soon, but for now I don't have it. Then we have Taken. Yeah, it's best we ignore Taken 2. Right next to Inglourious Bastards. And I have Tron and Tron Legacy, like double Blu-ray set. Pretty awesome thing. If you like Tron and Tron Legacy, I would definitely recommend that. It's a little expensive, but, you know, whatever. I got Predators next. That was an okay movie. Right next to District 9. And then I have the third Star Wars Robot Chicken special. And then right next to two Rambo films. First Blood and Rambo. So, like, I got the first one and last one. I've actually not seen the middle films. Can you, like, guys tell me if they're any good or worth picking up or whatever? I like that. And then, I've got right next to that, I got Reservoir Dogs. You know, great Tarantino film. I should actually push that right over. You're seeing this right on camera, guys. Right next to Inglourious Bastards. So now I got the two Tarantino films together. I don't know why I did that. Right after, anyway, after that, we got Letters to Juliet, but that's, you know, another family thing, so ignore that. I've got the Halo Legends. It's like that Blu-ray, like, anime that came out like 2 or 3 or so years ago. Haven't watched it completely yet, but looks cool. And then next, we have our next shelf. Of course, I gotta get the Shawshank Redemption. It's kind of a classic. Has a really nice book Blu-ray. It's kind of interesting. Right next to The Exorcist, which also is really nice. Has both the unrated, or extended director's cut, excuse me, and the regular theatrical cut. Good set. Right next to Donnie Darko. Some people, you know, don't like that film, but I actually found it, like, really good. I found it really interesting. I don't usually like really trippy, kind of artsy films, but it was just, I thought, was really well made. And then, I'm a Robot Chicken fan, so I got Season 5, Robot Chicken on Blu-ray. I gotta get the newer seasons. And then right next to that I have Paul, the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost Alien film with Seth Rogen doing the voice of the alien. I found it hilarious. And then right next to that, we got The Social Network, which is a great movie too. I like this black case. It's kind of awesome. And then after that, we actually have the extended, I haven't watched it yet, but I have the extended Blu-ray version of Avatar. So, yeah, some people think the story is kind of simple, but I like the movie and it's visually stunning. Right next to that, I love Nolan's work, so I gotta get Inception. And then, for fun, I have Machete. Machete's a blast. If you haven't seen it, you really should. You're missing out. And then after that, I have some Marvel films. I got Captain America, The First Avenger, Iron Man 3, Thor, Thor the Dark World, and Avengers. I want to get the rest of the Marvel films on Blu-ray too, but like when the first movies came out, I didn't have Blu-ray, and I just bought the DVD version of Iron Man and I don't have Iron Man 2, so I gotta like fill out my collection. But so far it's good, so happy with that. Right next to that, very funny movie, Ted. I was surprised how well it turned out considering it's Seth MacFarlane's first feature film. Very funny. Then after that I got X-Men First Class, one of the best of the X-Men films in my opinion. And then right next to that I actually have a movie that some of you may not have heard of, Black Dynamite. It's a hilarious parody of 70s blaxploitation. It's a really great film. You guys should check it out. Had me consistently laughing throughout the film. Alright, next shelf. We got the Toy Story trilogy. So Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. You gotta own those. Those are amazing. Right next to my Studio Ghibli collection. If you don't know what Studio Ghibli is, they're basically the people who have done, you know, Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. But I'll show you my collection. They've, you know, Hayao Miyazaki, the director, is just amazing. I've written reviews, so if you want to see those reviews, just tell me. They're on the blog. But the first one I got is The Secret World of Arrietty. Not directed by Miyazaki, but like basically planned by Miyazaki. So it's a great film. So that was the first one I saw in theaters. And then the next one I have is the first film I've ever seen from Studio Ghibli. Was Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. Gorgeous film. By the way, all these movies look incredible on Blu Ray, so I have to give props to whoever did them. Well, Disney. So Disney's great. But right next to that, we got Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah, that actually has Christian Bale as the voice of one of the main characters. So that was awesome. For the dub. If you like subs, then that's cool too. But I like listening to dubs. Right next to that I got Whisper of the Heart, which is a little underrated gem in the Studio Ghibli category. Fun fact is the director was well, not really fun, but the director was working so hard on this movie that he actually died like toward the end of production because his heart gave out. He was working way too hard and way too stressed. So, but it shows in this film. It's kind of a gorgeous little like gem. And then right next to that is one of the more friendly Studio Ghibli films, is My Neighbor Totoro. And of course you've probably seen Totoro around, parodied, you know, totally a great character. Alright, after that we actually have the 3D, I believe the Diamond Edition version of Beauty and the Beast. Haven't seen the film in years, but I know it's great, so I just bought it anyway. So, yeah. After that we got Forrest Gump, one of my favorite movies of all time. After that, also we have The Raid Redemption. Great film, great action film, one of the best in the last couple of years. I'm waiting for the sequel to come out on Blu-ray, because I feel like the sequel was better, but that's my opinion. So, moving off. 50-50 is a very great film. In one of my videos I said that I put it in one of my top of the year, best movies of the year when it came out, and I still agree it's one of my favorite comedies, well, emotional dramedies of all time, so definitely worth checking out. Right next to it, I got Captain Phillips. Who can't love Tom Hanks? Come on now. And then after that, I've got the Despicable Me films. They're fun, you know, family fare. They have some funny moments. Steve Carell's great in it. But yeah, after that, we got Halo 4, Forward Unto Dawn, that miniseries that was online. So yeah, that was great. Right after that, we got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky. It's hard to hold this and do this with one hand, because this shelf is like low to the ground. But next up we got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, another great film. So yeah, like Social Network is a great film. I actually like it better than Social Network, but that's my opinion. Moving on, we got to dumb it down a bit by going to Jackass 3, which is hilarious. I laugh at all the Jackass films. I think they're all very funny and definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen them. If you like stupid humor, but yeah. After that we got The Crow, a great classic comic book film where I feel like they did it right, and Brandon Lee was amazing in the role. Right after that we got Super 8. I need to rewatch it because I just saw it in the theaters when it came out, but I really liked it. I know some people had issues with it, but I really enjoyed it. I love the tribute to like 80s cinema that it was. So yeah, great movie. Right after that we gotta go with Freddy vs. Jason. You know, it's a bad movie, but it's fun. Like, it's just well choreographed, the fight scenes between Freddy and Jason. So, it's just a fun movie to have. Right after that, we got Safe Haven, another one of my family's choice, but yeah, whatever. After that, we got Warm Bodies, which is actually a very funny movie. I was expecting it to be stupid, but it ended up being, like, surprisingly heartwarming. Even though it doesn't have a beating heart. Boom! Sorry, I had to do that. After that, we got a little Disney film, The Muppets. Oh, it's facing the wrong way for whatever reason, but there we go, The Muppets. Yeah, from 2011. Great film. I really liked it. And then after that we got Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids is really funny. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. I really enjoyed Across the Universe. I love the Beatles music and I love the imagery, and I haven't actually watched it yet on Blu-ray, but I bet it'll look great on Blu-ray. Right after that, one of my favorite comedies of all time, The Big Lebowski. Cult classic, status, nobody fucks with the Jesus. Come on, everybody's gotta love that. Right after that, I've got the 8-film collection of the Harry Potter series. You know, I had to have that because I had like different versions of it, and like I feel like I should just like get it all together, and it wasn't a bad price. So yeah. Right after that, I got the web series Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is pretty cool. I haven't watched all the episodes because I'm lazy, but yeah, definitely worth checking out. Then afterwards, I've got some people think it's don't really get like the jokes, but American Werewolf in London is actually a dark, you know, comedy horror film, and the effects are incredible, and there's some great like funny moments. I think a lot of people like miss the point of the film, that it's like kind of like a satire, but it's great. Right next to it, I've got the whole complete collection of the Pacific, all like 12 episodes, I believe, of the Pacific. It was a great series. It was a great follow-up to Band of Brothers, which is also a great series. Right after that, I've got the 4th season of Big Bang Theory. Some of you guys probably don't like it, but whatever, it's fun. And then the next shelf is, we're going to start out with Pirates of the Caribbean. I have the rest of them on DVD, but I have this one on Blu-ray. This one is on Stranger Tides. It was okay. You know, I thought it was better than 2 and 3 at least. But after that, we have Christmas movie, a very Harold and Kumar Christmas. I still haven't seen any other Harold and Kumar films, but I was taken to that movie, and I laughed my ass off, so I decided to buy it, because, you know, it was just dumb and funny. Okay, right after that, we got the Anchorman films. So I've got the Anchorman Rich Mahogany edition, and then I've got Anchorman 2, the one that has the extended R-rated cut of the film. So, oh, and it's also a special from Target that actually says something. Let me press the button. So yeah, it says that. That was a Target exclusive for that like little sound thing. Okay, right after that, we got Saving Mr. Banks. I believe that if Tom Hanks wasn't nominated for Captain Phillips, he should have been nominated, you know, for Saving Mr. Banks as Walt Disney. It was a great movie. I really liked it. It was a lot more emotional than I was expecting. Right next to Saving Mr. Banks, I have Mary Poppins. Classic Disney film. Very fun. I like it a lot. Well, I used to watch it a lot as a kid. Moving on, we have a little bit of the anime sort of stuff. So we got, next is Summer Wars. Now, Summer Wars is actually directed by the guy who, I can't think of his name at the moment, but he did, the Digimon movie. And, you know, the Digimon movie was kind of like his own thing, but at the same time, he wanted to expand and redo that storyline that he did in the Digimon movie. So he decided to remake it and, have no Digimon-related characters in it. And it was really good. It was actually very emotional. You guys should definitely check it out. It's a lot more family-oriented, but, like, it was more not afraid to be, I was like, oh, look, we're making a kids' Digimon series movie. This is more like, we're making an actual interesting, like, family dynamic storyline. So you guys should definitely check out Summer Wars. I found myself enjoying it all the way through. Right next to Summer Wars, which is a fun movie, we kind of got Grave of the Fireflies, which is one of the most depressing animes I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's just say it's set during World War II, and these two kids are brother and sister, and they're kind of orphans. That's all I need to say. But right after that, I actually have this documentary called Necessary Evil, the supervillains of the DC Comics. It's a great documentary, definitely worth a watch. And then I'm also a big fan of Red vs. Blue from Rooster Teeth. So I have Season 10 and Season 11 on Blu-ray. Definitely worth a watch. Followed by one of Rooster Teeth's other productions, Ruby, Season 1. Ruby's in the anime style, and it's one of their first non-comedic things. Hey, cat, move. Sorry, that's my cat saying hi. But right after Ruby, we got Frozen. I'm actually a sucker for musicals and for Disney musicals. So when I enjoyed Frozen, some of you guys are probably like, no, but I really liked it. So the critics liked it. I was disappointed though that it won for best animated film over Whisper of the Heart. No, sorry, I mean The Wind Rises. Miyazaki's supposedly his last film, from the Studio Ghibli people. So, yeah. After that, Frozen, though, we have The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey. I waited, and I actually bought the extended version of The Hobbit, and I rewatched it, and I really liked it, and then now I have to watch the, it was worth it mainly because there's like a 3-hour-long making of documentary. That's really cool. So, it's kind of like the extended DVDs of the Lord of the Rings series. So, following The Hobbit, we got The Wolverine. I've got the extended version of that, and have not watched it as of yet, but yeah, I'm excited to. I've seen the movie, but not the extended version. Right after that, we got a little bit of fun with Pacific Rim. Yeah, Pacific Rim is really fun. Great movie. Glad they're making a sequel, but yeah. Next, we have 42, The Story of Jackie Robinson, which was actually surprisingly a really good, emotional film about Jackie Robinson. Moving on. As I said, I'm a fan of musicals, so we got Les Miserables, and I thought they did an excellent job. There's some complaints, obviously, but I just ignore them and say it's a great movie. It made me it was emotionally riveting for me personally. So that's the Target version, by the way. So right up next, we got the remake of Evil Dead, which is surprisingly a very good film. So if you don't mind blood and gore and all that. Then right after that, we have The Dark Knight Returns. This is part 1 and it's like the complete edition. So it's like part 1 and part 2 of the animated film, like put together. So it's actually worth it because I saw the other two and I was like, oh, that's cool. They're making like an actual adaptation of Frank Miller's classic work. But, seeing the movie like put together instead of in 2 parts was definitely worth it. It was almost 3 hours long, but it was really cool. So you guys should see it. Right next up, we got Django Unchained. Another Tarantino film I absolutely loved. By the way, these little steelbook things that I have are all like more exclusive stuff. Like they're all from like Target. Target's been doing some really cool stuff. And this, I especially love the look of the case of this Django Unchained one. The red and the blacks, it was awesome. But yeah, I needed to buy that like that. So yeah, Tarantino's film Unchained. Also, new film by Quentin Tarantino. I mean, you gotta put that right on the front of it. It's gorgeous. But, yeah. Moving on, we got Lincoln. You guys know Lincoln. Followed by Drive. The Flashpoint Paradox, which was fun. The Rock of Ages musical is okay. I haven't watched the extended version of that. The Heat was a funny movie. Actually, my high school drama teacher made an appearance in that film. Silver Linings Playbook, Academy Award nominated, great. The Conjuring is a great film, a little underappreciated in my book. It's a great horror film and one of the best in recent memory. I've got Monsters University, Pixar's good. I have Iron Man, Hulk, Heroes United, have not watched that yet. Tangled, and the Disney movie. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, very funny horror comedy film, and definitely worth a watch. Class of Nukem High, actually signed by Lloyd Kaufman, the director. If you don't know what Troma is a production company that's been around for 40 years, making like the most like funniest and weirdest films you could think of. So, yeah. But yeah, moving on. That's actually signed by him, which I met at a convention. But moving on, I have to flip this thing around because this is a swivel. Okay, so, ooh, very fancy. Okay, first up, we got Tai Chi Zero. I got it as a gift. I have no clue what it's even about. So, looks like some sort of film. Next up, we got Cabin in the Woods. Great film. You could really tell Joss Whedon's, like, writing in it. So, it was really cool. Yeah, next up we got The Princess Diaries 1 and 2, but, you know, we can ignore that. Paranormal Activity 4 was definitely the weakest of the Paranormal Activity 4 films. I have not seen 5, though, so that couldn't be worse. But, Wreck-It Ralph. Great Disney film. You know, very funny, very nods to like gaming. Next we got Men in Black 3. I like the Men in Black movies, they're fun. Right next to the first Amazing Spider-Man. And then right after that, we got The Man with the Iron Fist, which I have not watched yet. I got it as a gift as well. So, Russell Crowe's in it, so that's kind of interesting. Alright, next up, we got some smaller films and some older ones. So we got Heathers, 20th Anniversary Edition. Very funny movie, dark comedy. Don't let the innocent little cover fool you, it's about murder. Right after that, we got one of my favorite movies of all time, and they're not even joking. 25th Anniversary Edition of Evil Dead 2, signed by the man Bruce Campbell himself. So that's really freaking awesome. After that, I got Resident Evil Damnation. They've been making good animated films of the Resident Evil ones, so they should just keep doing that. Like other companies who want to make movie adaptations, make them CG animated films. You can actually get them to be correct instead of like fucking it up, basically. After that, we got V for Vendetta, followed by 21 Jump Street, very funny. Family Guy, something Dark Side. Got Lethal Weapon, love this movie, it's fun. Then we got The Sixth Sense, great movie, before M. Night Shyamalan went off the deep end. Then we have The Expendables 1, it's like the director's cut, I haven't watched that yet. We got Expendables 2, which was really fun. It was much better than the first one, by the way. And then we're going to move on to our next shelf. I've got the Dark Knight Nolan trilogy, so like, you know, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight. Really cool set. I haven't watched it yet. I got Metalocalypse Season 4 on Blu Ray. Funny show. I've got, more Big Bang Theory seasons, followed by Hell on Wheels. The Daredevil Director's Cut, which actually is a lot better than the regular cut. It has dumb moments still, but I really actually thought it was a decent film after they did the Director's Cut. We got Flashpoint, which is an action film, I haven't watched it yet. We got Nightmare on Elm Street, the classic one, not the remake, which was shit, but yeah. Then we got American Psycho, Christian Bale pulling an excellent performance in that movie. We got the Blade Runner collection, which is kind of awesome because it has like 5 different cuts of the film. So that's, if you want to check them all out, that Blade Runner Blu-ray is awesome. The Breakfast Club, again, I actually put this as my favorite film of all time. I love The Breakfast Club. Followed by 127 Hours, really moving film. Then we got Frankenweenie, very good. And I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I have 2 Dragon Ball Z movies on Blu-ray, The History of Trunks and Bardock the Father or Goku. So if you guys know Dragon Ball Z, that's definitely in there. We're going to move on to the next one. So this is more my mom's sort of stuff. We can skip over Beautiful Creatures, Twilight series. And then we have Once Upon a Time, Season 1 and 2. Followed by, this is turned around, but it actually is E.T., the limited edition of the anniversary. So, where they decided to take out all the stupid changes they made for like their 20th anniversary edition of the movie, where they took out all the guns. This time, Spielberg was like, yeah, let's just have the guns in there. If you don't know what it is, you should look that up. We got This Is the End. Very funny movie. And we have the Hunger Games films. I liked the Hunger Games 1. I thought it had problems. But I feel like the Catching Fire just improved on everything significantly. Right there we got Ben Affleck's amazing film Argo, which I absolutely love. And I had to get the extended edition of the film. It's a big set. It's really neat. But yeah, so moving on. This is the last of our Blu-rays. I'm getting sad that I'm not with you guys, but gonna be with you guys. But you've already been with me for this long, so yeah. So next up, we got Man of Steel. I mean, shout out to the DC Cinematic Universe page. I gotta get the Target edition of Man of Steel, which I ordered on eBay because I missed out on it. But yeah, this is kind of an awesome thing. It's like a book. It's like a book of some kind. Let's see. Yeah, it has like artwork and stuff. So yeah, definitely worth that. And then right after that, we got because it was cheap. Bullet to the Head, Sylvester Stallone movie. It was alright. And then I got the only Fast and Furious movie I have, but I want to get more, Fast and Furious 6. I bought it because I really like the movie. It actually is my favorite Fast movie, right next to 5. But I love this case from Target. Again, really nice and clean. And when I bought it, they said a portion of the proceeds will go to Paul Walker's charity. So that was awesome. So I needed to jump up on that. And then we've got this, and then I actually have a couple more surprises. But this is my Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa. I'm a Jackass fan, so I thought Bad Grandpa was hilarious. But moving on, I actually have some to show you that are not in the set because I actually just bought them. So one of them is BAM, the Lego Movie on Blu-ray. I got this cool collector's edition with a little Vesuvius figure, so that's awesome. Like, everything is awesome. The Everything is Awesome edition. And then I've also got Batman, the 1989 film. So that's cool. That was cheap. And then I'm actually a fan of Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation. Very funny movie. 30th anniversary edition. I've heard the 2010 release of this Blu-ray is exactly the same as this new 30th anniversary edition. They just slapped a new cover on and a new thing on, but you know, that doesn't surprise me. And then the next thing we got is this. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. I'm a Monty Python fan, and I need to get the other ones on Blu-ray, but I got this one because it was a cheap price. I've not seen The Meaning of Life, but I'm pretty certain I will like it because I like everything else they do. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's it for my collection. Here's a little overview again. One side. And then that gets into my games, but we will discuss games on another day. And then we have, once I turn this around, the other side. Hey guys, thank you for, looking at my Blu-ray collection. I will maybe update in the future, but this was a big one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!